to the Ottawa Tennis and Lawn Bowling Club, the site of the 2017 National Capital Tennis Association City Championships. They're going on clay. It's the women's final. The number one seed, Petra Januskova, taking on Melanie. Hi, everybody. Dan Mooney alongside Chris Cato for this one. And Chris, for a final, you couldn't get two better players to come into this. Januskova has yet to lose a game, and Melanie Roy losing just one game in the three matches it took for her to get to this final. Yeah,
Januskova's had a very breezy week coming into this final on Sunday. Like you mentioned, Dan, she's dropped no games coming into this. Very, very solid. And also she played the mixed doubles final, which she won yesterday. So she's played a lot of matches this week, but it's looked like it hasn't affected her, and she's coming in pretty confident today.
And very, very confident in light of the fact that in October of 2016, just last year, Petra Januskova experienced rheumatic fever, and then she got shingles, and she's very, very fortunate to be alive, let alone playing tennis and reaching the final here at the 2017 NCTAs.
You wouldn't know that from looking at her results from this week, but shingles is a very tough one. We know Andy Murray recently had shingles too on the ATP Tour, and that put him out for a couple of weeks and really affected his game. So that's something that you don't really recover from very easily, and especially in a very aerobic sport like tennis, that could almost be a career-ending type of illness. But she's a really, really tough player, and she's back here today, and she's playing some of her best tennis so far of the week coming into the final.
Her opponent, Melanie Roy, 33 years old, coming into this final after defeating Christine Rivas, love and love, Sarah Turcotte, love and love, and gave up only one game to Nikki Terrier in the semifinal to reach this final against Januskova. We are all set to go. The chair umpire is Mark Armstrong, and this women's final is underway. Melanie Roy to serve. Just catching the line.
And you'll notice here early on, Dan, just both players probably going to be hitting with a little more topspin just to get a feel for the ball in the early games. Make sure they're hitting with a little more margin for error.
That ball was wide. So Januskova getting a little bit of a lead here, very, very early going, and threatening to get a break right off the hop. There's another winner, the second by Januskova.
And that's already the second backhand error there from Melanie Roy. A little bit nervous from Roy here early to start.
And another unforced error. And Januskova takes the first game very, very easily, and Roy not even able to get a point on her serve.
That's a tough thing also with serving first in a match is, sometimes that pressure is right on you, and especially against Januskova, who hasn't lost a game this week. She's an excellent front runner, so this could be trouble early on here for Melanie Roy if she's not able to get some balls in play and really get into the points.
And interesting, Januskova winning the mixed doubles, as you mentioned at the top of the show, Chris, and breezed through to the final in women's singles, but she was ousted in the opening round of the women's doubles.
You can't win them all.
Oh, lovely drop. So Januskova already with 3 winners. right down the line for Melanie Roy. And just watching her ground strokes, Chris, that backhand probably going to be very, very helpful for her. Thirty 15. And that's long. Just the first unforced error by Januskova.
Yeah, half chance here for Watt, 30 all. Putting a little pressure here on Januskova's serve.
Beautiful forehand down the line by Januskova.
Yeah, that was a wonderful inside-in little forehand there. Hit it with a little extra spin just to give it that drop to land right inside the baseline. Very good execution.
And the ace by Januskova, and she now leads 2-love here in the opening set. And not a completely unfamiliar position for Petra Januskova.
Yeah, and she put a little more KPHs on that serve, and like you mentioned, Dan, she hasn't dropped a game this week, so this is very familiar territory for her.
And the best rally of the match thus far ends with an unforced error by Januskova. And Januskova just wide. Expect to see a lot of baseline play in this women's final. I don't anticipate a lot of serve and volley here.
I'd like to see some, but they're hitting the ball pretty well here early on from behind the court.
And Januskova getting Melanie Roy on the run.
I was impressed by Roy in the last couple rallies there. Was able to go toe-to-toe with Januskova, which is very tough to do as she's so strong from the baseline.
Just long on that first serve. Oh, had Roy going the other way. And the winner into the corner by Januskova.
It's a good inside-out forehand. As we can see here, just working the backhand corner, then steps in and punches the short ball. Going for the higher percentage, going inside out, and Roy just guessing the wrong way.
Oh, nice play by Melanie at the net. And she's got an opportunity to hold serve here.
This would be a really, really crucial hold. I thought the drop shot was just a little heavy-handed here, and Januskova just not doing enough with that lob, trying to place it into the empty court, but good coverage there from Melanie.
That's long, and Melanie holds serve and gets back into this match. The first game that Januskova has given up in this entire tournament.
Well, this is definitely different territory for her. First game that she's lost, but she's still in control of the match, leading with that break. But I thought that was a really important game there for Melanie. She was able to hold serve in a tight situation there at 40-30, so positive sign for her. But Januskova still has the lead, and she's really, really good once she plays with that lead. And she's just doing a little bit more on her serve in terms of first serve points. And Melanie should try and look to attack that second serve when she gets a look at it.
Well, when you get into those 20, 25 hit rallies, the way that they have been playing of late, the last couple of games here anyway, it's going to come down to a fitness contest, basically.
Yeah, and these are the types of rallies you're going to see on clay. Of course, the ball is going to bounce a lot higher. It's going to be a little bit slower than your hardcore game, so longer rallies are really what's expected. But, you know, like in that previous rally, we saw a couple drop shots, maybe some short slices just to mix some things up.
Just long by They're playing on 18 hard true green clay tennis courts here at the Ottawa Tennis and Lawn Bowling Club, founded in 1881, and they've been on this site since 1922.
Wow. And just getting back to the hard true court stand there, what's regular here in North America, obviously different than the crushed brick red courts in Europe. So a bit different, but the courts here at OTLBC very well maintained.
Rare error by Januskova. Don't see that very often. Right by Melanie and Januskova with her 6th winner of the afternoon to lead 40-15. And the graduate of Penn State University wins game number 4 here, holding serve in the women's final to lead 3-1.
Good hold, definitely no letdown from losing her first game of the week there, but we're starting to see a little bit of that high level experience that Januskova has, just putting a little more spin, a little more pace in those shots that you need just to get it by And she's now still up a break, leading 3-1.
And another just wide.
15.
I'd like to see here try and play a few shorter balls into the court. Dan, you mentioned the unforced error in the previous game from Januskova. She struggled a little bit just to get up to the shorter ball. I think a couple of change-up slices, maybe a few drop shots, just to get her out of position would really help her cause.
If anything, just to vary the rhythm.
Exactly.
Oh, and Januskova into the open court.
Love 30.
She snuck in very well, but we saw the problem here in that very long rally. That's what Januskova likes to get into. She's so good from the baseline. And of course, very intelligent, knows when to come in and finish the point off of the volley.
Oh, and now they're going to... She says it's out.
Looks very, very close. That's the issue. If you're trying to run around that forehand, that footwork has to be so good so that you can create enough separation to hit that ball away from your body. And of course, no Hawkeye review here today, but we'll just have to go with the mark on the court.
Oh, and Januskova bringing the heat to break serve once again.
Yeah, she's really in the driver's seat now to wrap up this opening set. But you see she's now just starting to punish those higher balls. Roy just a bit too much out of court, too much height on that ball. Januskova stepping in. Of course, that's a really good strategy on clay too, Dan, with the higher bounce. You want to take it a little bit earlier, be a little bit more aggressive. That's exactly what Januskova did there.
Well, according to the internet, clay is Januskova's favorite surface, but the red clay, not necessarily the hard true green clay that they're playing on today. But in talking to her father, he said that she has sort of moved more toward the hard court surface because of the speed factor. She prefers the faster game.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, of course, in North America, the hard court is the most common court that you'll be playing on. And a lot of players here, that's why you see in the professional ranks a lot of Canadians, Americans struggling when they go into the European clay court season. But obviously, it's two very, very differing court surfaces. But she's moving well on clay. Of course, she's more experienced with it. But her ability to just recognize when to take the ball early, when to back off a little bit, play with a little bit more margin for error, has really paid off so far early in this set as well. But definitely transitioning from hard to clay court, it takes a while to get used to.
Januskova with 2 of 3 potential breaks on that young lady, Melanie. Wow. And another forehand top spin winner.
And she just dropped that one a little bit shorter into the service box. And you notice she's not putting too much power into her serve. She knows she's really confident in her baseline game, just playing the higher percentages.
Januskova again with keeping the ball low, not a high arc on some of her hard double two-handed forehands. Well, there's that forehand right above the net, and obviously just too much speed for Roy to handle. Not Januskova's best.
Yeah, the footwork just wasn't there on that one, wasn't set up, and didn't have her mind made up in terms of what she wanted to do with the ball. But at 30 love, she's allowed to kind of throw in a bad one here or there.
And Melanie Roy goes down the line and catches Januskova, and we're tied at 30-30. Just the third winner for Melanie Roy. And that is winner number 9 for Januskova.
And that was an excellent point set up by that very good first serve, that 1-2 combination, putting her down the line and then recognizing the short ball. And that swinging volley is a tough one to hit.
Oh, and a two-handed backhand down the line. And Januskova on the verge of
He leads 5-1.
taking the first set. With a 5-1 advantage. We didn't expect to see much serve and volley, but there's a great example of how it's done.
Great touch on the volley there, too. You'll notice here that she has Melanie Waugh backed up in the court, but she's just going to play this volley a bit shorter so that she doesn't have a chance to slide over there at the baseline. An excellent, excellent choice of shot.
That looked in right on the corner, painting the line. Melanie Waugh caught a little flat-footed. Winner number 12 for Januskova. Januskova gets Roy on the run. And another winner by Januskova. And she has a set point. And another break.
Game and
The
first
third
set.
break of the first set. And Januskova takes it 6-1.
A very solid and clean set of tennis, other than that first game of the tournament that she lost, but it didn't seem to affect her too much, and just played out some really, really solid points. And she's halfway to the championship here at the OTLBC.
And it's not as if Roy has been really bad. It's just Januskova has been that strong. 6-1, the first set in the books in the women's final of the 2017 NCTA City Tennis Championships. We'll be back to the Ottawa Tennis and Lawn Bowling Club after the break. Melanie Roy gets set to receive serve to begin the second set. Petra Januskova with a 6-1 first set victory will serve to begin set number 2. Dan Mooney alongside Chris Cato. And another unforced error by Roy.
And always an advantage to break to win the first set, because you get to start the second serve serving. You got all the momentum, and you can get a little scoreboard pressure.
No, Roy can't catch that one. And another winner for Januskova, winner number 15 for Januskova, formerly her highest world ranking, 628 back last July. Currently ranked 1,023 in the world.
One of her bigger serves of the day here. Always nice we can get a couple free points off of that first serve.
Great winner by Januskova, and she wins the opening game of the second set.
Game, second set.
16 winners for
Yeah.
Petra Januskova.
And Dan, if Wall wants a chance to come back in this match, he's going to have to change the pattern of play of the first set. And we're still seeing it early here. A lot of baseline rallies, but that's what Januskova likes. She can really get set on the baseline. She moves her feet really well, and then she can start just blasting forehand, backhand winners. So I'd like to see Wah just change up the pace a little bit, start bringing in Januskova to the net, even if she doesn't win the points, but you want to give her some different looks. If she's going to stay on the baseline and exchange rallies, I think this is going to be a really quick end to this match.
Well, she has had control of this match since the opening serve.
Roy to serve.
And it looks like Wah is having some difficulty with her footing.
Yeah, I noticed it on the serve. She wasn't getting too much extension off of the legs. We'll pay attention to see if there's any injury kind of lingering around.
Love 30.
Rare double fault, the first of the match for Melanie.
Love 40.
Yeah, we're starting to see the serve speed drop a little bit too. She's just trying to get into the points, but like you said, Dan, not sure if she's moving as well as she was in that first set.
Well, fatigue has to be a factor here soon, too. Melanie was out hitting for about 40 minutes before she came here to start this final.
Game, Januskova.
Januskova breaks again. 4 for 4 on break points.
2 love.
That's pretty impressive.
It's the best conversion rate you could ask for, but she's in the driver's seat now to take home this championship. Realistically, if she holds her serve from now until the end, she'll have this wrapped up, but it's not looking really good right now for Melanie Wah.
The overhand smash. You don't want to set her up too often like that.
Excellent point construction there from Januskova. Was in control from beginning to the end.
The unforced errors starting to stack up for Melanie Roy. And ace number 2 for Januskova. Yeah. Serving to go 3 games up. Here's another look at the ace.
Yeah, good spot she picked there, right down the line. It looks like that's one of her favorite serves. She's been going to that quite a bit here in today's match.
Oh, a wonderful drop shot by Januskova to take a 3-love lead here in the second set.
And you see that excellent disguise there that she had on it. She put that second hand on the racket like she was going to hit that 2-hander down the line. And right at the point of contact, just let go. And a beautiful deft touch just to drop it over the net. And Dan, that's a really bad sign for Melanie Waugh. If Januskova is starting to get comfortable hitting slices, overheads,